morning, folks. It's 22:46 on the 16th day, 5th month, 2022. I'm looking here is a 5-day rain accumulation for the ever wet area of Queensland here. My goodness, this just never ends for you guys, does it? These are the weather plan totals over the next 5 days, and as you can see, you're getting squat over 3 days, and then within 2 days, you're getting all that at once. Gee, that sounds like somebody said you was going to get some heavy rain. However, I'm noticing this line moving inland now, so the honesty is starting to come into this forecast, I think, from the weather planners. And once they move that number inland more, I think the honesty will have come. Right? Because there's a lot of it here. So where is it when it arrives? It's going somewhere. Right? Come on. Be honest. You could tell them. You can say, hey, Agnes Waterman, you're at risk. You have a risk. You know? Something, even that much in 10 days is a risk. But in 5 days, that much? When this is sitting right over here? You want to tell me that's just going to park there? That one little breeze ain't going to bring any of these up Turkey Beach, Gladstone, and all this? Well, I'm going to say you're at high risk for this moisture here being over here. Look how wide it is, right? This is this wide. And it isn't all rained out right there. It blows, the wind blows. What else as wide as that? So they'll be as wide as that. All I have to do is inch over just a little bit. So, with that said, it's been said. And again, soggy week continuing for this entire coastline, where at any time, one small pulse of a geoengineering blast off this coast brings all this moisture in upon all these people again. And over the next 10 days, nothing's drying out. No huge deluges, right? And that's good news. These next 3 days, there's no huge deluges, right? That's nice. Nice news. I'd love to come say that. I really do. It's not your 3 days. The 3 days is going to be Western Australia's turn to have the soggy bottom boys visit and play up with their town. In constant sorrow all through their days. I mean, really. Absolutely horrendous, and I hope the sound is working. And if somebody say yes or no, I'm going to look over in a minute and see if it is or it is not. But if I'm hearing it through my headphone, it's got to be working. That's just how that works. And I had broken the actual USB thing that goes into it. So it took a little taking apart and bending to get things to go. Not agreeing with this at all. This is coming. Yeah, it's going to come down through here, and it's going to do the curveball. I'm waiting to see. When it gets to here, there'll be a blast. An EMF move will happen. But all the currents and everything have that coming over this way. So I said that the other day, because of the high here, how it turned. It's turning like this in another one. There's no way it's not going to suck that right on in there, or convey it, if you will. And that is a lot of water. That's just 5 days worth. 3 days, excuse me. It's over there just absolutely just... These poor folks in Port Vila and Fiji, one little pop over that way, and that's right on top of you. So be vigilant over there. Ooh, yeah, that's coming way too close to Fiji, and I'm not in agreement with this. So let's be alert and vigilant in Fiji, okay? There's a lot of moisture out here. I know all my forecasts say she's coming this way, right? She's not going to park out. However, all this moisture up here is not necessarily your friend. All right, so we have to love our water and make it our friend, and geoengineering is kind of doing the opposite. And that's the main river of moisture, as it's known, that crushes our planet. And that's a strange flow to see come down. I have to point that out. Only usually EMF will do that. In that. And all that followed one beam swat that I showed you the other day. That came up. But that date will be gone. Now let's go over to an area of concern. All right, I was concerned about this yesterday, about the time I broke my microphone. So, We do have some heavy falls going down over this last over the next 24 hours for these folks over here in yeah, Panawanica. Panawanica. I'm just gonna make it sound good. Hey, Onslow, isn't that from that show with Hyacinth? Keeping Up Appearance. That's not a little bit of rain over the next 24 hours. That's 6.5 centimeters. Watch this. 57. And meanwhile, a little bit north of you over that 3 days. Sheesh. Well, I don't know your floodplain, so I'm just going to do some basics here. Right, that's running through a mountain. That's never good. No, this is not good at all. If there's a bridge or something here, the water will come to you. 50, 50, 100. It's not really all that high at land. Where are you located, town? 50 up. Where's your low? Right. I'd be very concerned about these low-lying areas there. I don't know what that is. That's something like cool-looking neighborhood or a nature walk or, I don't know. But, Fortescue River Road might be needing fortuitous rescues if that much rain falls in that amount of time and this floods. So let's get some concern. Look at your flood plans for the town of Sino Iron Project. Oh, is this a mine? I really don't know this area. All I know is, uh-oh. What's the wind's going to be like? Not too bad. Accumulation. So these are like what your highest ones or average means will be. It doesn't look too bad. What's come ashore? Steady. Steady, steady. But out on these islands, it's ripping. So if you're out on boats and stuff, you know this. Looks like most of it's in the next 3 days. Because that don't change. It's not changing. Time to make it change. You can't be having this geoengineering. Right, but that look fierce, eh? Well, it's a nice spin looking, nice and round on the computer. I wonder what it looks like on Worldview. That's not very round. Did you say that's round? Then if you think that's round, then you should buy everybody the next round. Because that's a square farm. But they're trying to make it look like it's all circulation. But really, it's just a spin art. It's just a spinning square being drawn upon with the chemical catalyst in your sky that just happen to make clouds as they're painting. And well, strato cruisers and chem bombs are deploying random artwork. Boom, 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 and you're plumed, man. On de plume, if it was the French doing it. It's like, what in the hell is this off your coast here? That is a not naturally occurring cloud formation. You have chem bombs out here fueling up your storms. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, like sucker cups on some kind of a funkatized thing. Or is it one of those Aztec things like I was talking about? They cut the heads off, roll them down the stairs during eclipses. You know those artwork they got? That's just my imaginarium seeing stuff that in the cloud. Because that's a chem bomb, but that's my imaginarium going, damn, man, that looked like a something. There's a fluffy cat there looking at us and, well, it's kind of a ghostly eyeball there, isn't it? Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. And grab somebody by the back of the head and just force their head to look away from their phone. That'd be the only blessing about phones not working. Maybe people would lay on the grass and look up. Say, hey, that's odd. It's got a big spot. It's pluming off. And pluming and pluming and pluming. Evenly spaced. Chemical catalysts in your skies. Controlling your weather. Pluming off. And we deserve to know what's in that. That's not just silver iodine. That's not just some plane circling around doing no cloud seeding, because that's not cloud seeding at all. This is geoengineering. This is cloud creation. This is sanctioned by the Paris Accords. That's a cool looking face, isn't it? Very kabuki. It's a gargoyle, man. Look at the ear, eye, and nose. I love seeing Imaginariums in it. Oh, yeah, lie. The angel of death sits off the coast, contemplating The chem bomb is asphyxiation of mankind. There are thousands of chemtrails in this picture, and I mean thousands. I can't even begin to count. Well, Sesame Street's count would lose count counting all these. Look at this crap over your oceans. And you're going to take this? Well, you got no choice. You're going to breathe it anyhow, whether you believe in it or not. This is going to go in your fish. Ooh, this tastes good. Not so good. Not so good at all. Oh, my God. Just take that in for a minute. Take it in. Breathe it. Have it, have it, have it. These are your oceans. Ocean. This ain't cloud seeding to make sure you don't get rain or you get rain. This ain't something that should have been used to put out your fires in your fire season. Or stop a flood in your flooding seasons with the repeated absolute decimation of the ways of lives of far too many people due to the greediness of too few. Of a few. Really. My goodness. Really. Not naturally occurring cloud formation right in front of you. That's like a grid. With cloud nuclei. That's just weird. The chem bomb cruiser with a bunch of crap going on. Spraying it off. Boom! And out come the firework. Happy motherfucking New Year, motherfuckers. Boom! Breathe it, have it. Drink it, fish. Eat it. They'll have it. They'll get their toxins in them one way or another. Just get it right on in them. Chem bombs suck. They're sucking the life out of all our planets and all our oceans. Square, form, clouds right before your eyes. And this is going to have a bearing on the weather of Western Australia in the coming week as its dynamics and its moisture gets whipped in. Now, we've had some funkataz pictures of some very redded out skies that was sent to me from people that look west. And I did say we have to watch for dust being whipped up, and this would be the culprit. Right, we had an EMF gap up here. Watch this. We'll have to come to here. Right, they did a fold move to move this out to sea, and when they did, it caused a breeze. And then the breeze became a wind. And in this gap of EMF here, it whipped a bunch of sand in the air. This is what my determinants did when I looked at everybody's pictures of it. As you had all this in the air here. It'll be gone in about a day. But as the sun set, and it got to just the right level of the clouds, right? Because the chem was totally blocking your sun, some of these people that sent me pictures. And when it got just to the right level, it went under the cloud. Probably got to about here. It got under the cloud, and you can actually see it. Because it's very flat here. And it is. And you probably got just enough, or when the sun got to here, you got to see it under the chem with a layer of the dust on. And this dust might have moved further this way after this picture was taken. I don't have the data to confirm that either way. But that to me, it looks like it was a dust event. Now, a lot of the dust out here from the mining and such is in the farming is not too healthy. Right? You don't want to be breathing that in. Desert dust is not just silicas. They did nuclear testing out in here. Yeah, y'all dropped a bomb. I don't know if you know that. Oh, look at Adelaide. Bzzz, Radelaide. Getting fried. Big old square over here above, getting towards Melbourne down here. Not looking too good. Very smelly weather. I hear you guys had fishy, stinky rain. Yeah, that's why I call this Melbourne. Look at that square. You didn't tell me that's a choo-choo train of geoengineers going along. This is pickle, this is dickle, and this is fuck you yickle. Give me your tax dollars. How many trillions of dollars they want to spray you like this? At last check, it was 15.5. They were all dancing that Al Gore rhythm. They want that money to administer. Haven't they got enough? Didn't you get enough bills when your gas prices or petrol, whatever you're calling them, rose? Well, guess what? This is going to cost more. They're going to tack more money on them, more taxes. Yep, to do this to you. They ask you to recycle your cans and put aluminum back in your head is what I think about sometimes. That's an unprovable. But, you can't find aluminum in the ground as a rock. Right? To find that in things, it has to be put there. It has to be processed by man. Smelted. The kahuna. Yeah, the big kahuna needs to stop this darn colizan. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking Christ. It's just an endless fucking of this country by the people over here who are supposed to unfuck things. They're just fucking them worse. They're allowing this. They're wagging the dog. Wagga wagga. Wagga wagga wagga. I hear by W.O. Woolen Bong. Calls a sheep a woolly sheep. Taking the frying, taking it, having it. Bzzz. You're frying your ass in the other Liverpool. Bzzz. That's all right. They only chem the fuck out of us. There's a little chemtrail over the airport. Have it. Uncle Sydney. Yeah, you gotta be tripping to believe this shit is fucking natural. You tripping. You on Uncle Sydney, man. That old acid. Smudgy mudgy. They're all rubbed out in double. Look at this shit. What a hell of a color to that. That might have some more of that entities in it, and maybe it's taking some of that dust on board in it, because that's an odd color. Maybe. If it rained down, look at your car and see if you got like sand on it. I'm very curious. That'd be a good tell. Well, we get sand here. We got it in Turkey all the time from the Sahara. I mean, it's something to be expected. When geoengineering whips up a wind to fuel storms. Outflows. My God, look at the microwaves here. All that chem that was on the west that came over got done here. Fucking hell. This is bad, actually. So that's happened earlier, and it's not showing up very well on this image. What I got showing up here is this. As this chem went over Alice Spring, it squares off. Watch. That's telling me that Alice Spring is running a device, a HARP-type device, that's making a scalar square of energy, which is really molecules just bouncing straight up and down over the top of this place in the field of perturbation, as it's known. It'll form an EMF interference pattern and do predictable things to this chem as it plasmoids it. Plasmoids. What a bunch of plasmoids. Chem bomb sucks. Look at these streamers of shit going over the top of these folks. What goes up will then go up your nose as it comes down. And while we need more finks in the world to tell on people that's doing this, and we need to give them all the fucking bird. And while Alice doesn't live here anymore, needs to be the sign on that fucking place. Jesus, all the weather devices they got there, I'm surprised they ain't fried themselves out of existence. Big old hole in the ground there. There's a rabbit hole about that place I'm going to stay away from for now. That's for my other type talks. I'm going to just show you the geoengineering here, the rabbit flat. When the rabbit done died, man. And remember that old test? Can't catch me because the rabbit done died. There's your Aerosmith for you. I hope the mic is working. And if it's, well, my phone hasn't rung yet, so that's a very good sign. And I still hear myself in the headphones. Look at these boom boom plumes going off over here. Watch. And freeze frame. Right here. Boom, 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 go those plumes. Watch this. I'll back it up. You can see them from start to finish. There they are. Coming out. Spreading out in the room. Going up the noses of everybody underneath it. Fouling the room. You can't open the window on our atmosphere. We're stuck in here. It's a big terrarium, and that's a big old balloon fart right there. Strato cruisers. Look it up. The Strato Cruiser. And I'm not talking the one from the cartoons. You'll have to look a couple things. Go Scope X, Harvard, Couch, which is spelled like my name but with a K. Then Scope and a capital X, capital S on Scope. And you'll find the information about the Strato Cruisers. And welcome to the sleepless nights. If you hearing explosions and there ain't no thunder and lightning, those are boom boom plumes. They're exploding something. See that square? Look. Right here. Look how square it was behind there. That means that stratocruiser also has, are you ready for this? It has EMF emitters on them. Go look. And part of its experiment is atmospheric perturbation. It's spelled out in it. And it's Professor Keith at Harvard runs that program. And these are facts. Go look it up yourself. Present it yourself. Enjoy the nice V-shaped cloud with the center. Was this the new volume? Well, it must be working because nobody freaking seemed to be paying attention enough to it, but I'm very happy people are paying attention now. And if you don't believe this real, when you get your tax bill that's got that big green tax on it because they sprayed you like fucking bugs and changed your climate and said, oh, look at how much rain you got, and I've been documenting this, and meanwhile your next cyclone's brewing right out here. It's being boom-boomed right now. Fucking hell. And it's going to form here, actually. It's just food. Cyclone seasonings, as I like to call them. Well, I don't like to call them, but it's what I do. It's better than some of the other things I would call them. And hey, look at this thing out here forming. That thing's just ready. It's ready to receive. Here's the vortex. So she'll pull in here. The EMF's clearly showing the dive. And the counter pulse here is going to spin here. Yeah, she's definitely going to walk out this alley here. And something's spinning here, so we're going to have to watch the plume. Here's plumes here to bring moisture up all at once. Right? Simultaneous pluming across every country. You can't tell me the atmospheric conditions are the same here, 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 and here for 1,000 miles. Or however long that is. I call bullshit on that. Sun's in different positions, heating up the tops of clouds different. A lot of different dynamics going on, and I'm not buying bullshit. If you want to buy bullshit, then go buy some manure. And do some gardening. It would do you some good to touch the earth. Let's see what we got going on here to the Perthites here. Ah, yeah, look at that maneuver right there. Bzz. Everything always goes in a straight line around a corner. It doesn't go over the top and benefit people with some rain for their gardens. You'd want to talk about a geoengineered force move to keep the rain off. Fucking hell, look at that shit. That's geoforcing if I've ever seen it. Boom. Going up, flow. Just keeps pluming. Boom. Boom. It's just staying there. Pluming. Ugh. Chem bombs fucking suck. And if you ain't figured out they suck fucking now, then put your fucking wellies on and enjoy your week. You know, keep your feet dry. You don't want to get fungus. That's another thing we're going to have to start being concerned about. Because your feet and all your shit's never drying, right? So your tea tree oils and your neat things are going to be important to make sure you don't get funky toes. You know, last time I checked, they ain't selling toe jam in the market. They sell GMO instead. Actually, if it came down to it, which one would you rather eat? It's only a question you can ask. Do you want GMO? Would you like some toe jam with that? I think I just rather just fast. You know, there are choices in life where you can say you can just fast, man. I will abstain. See the square form to that? How it just stops? There's a beam of energy here that's holding back that, and it's dispersed in the chem. This is an odd one. So it's pulling moisture up. It's clearly only as like an aluminum salt type reaction. I don't know if that's what's in it. I just say we would only be able to determine that through fallout. But I'm just saying, if it wicks up moisture in the atmosphere, you're well saturated. You really are. Yeah, I haven't really shown a big forecasty thing because I just showed you at the beginning a hint how fucked you are on that East Coast again. On your weekend, enjoy your Friday, Saturday, Sunday storm until you all go home from protesting and then let the sun shine. Ugh. What a bunch of twunts. Low clouds. Medium clouds. Let's see, I'm looking for... Oh, that's why I didn't see it. Thermals, swells. These things are important to look at. Your swell, man. If you're feeling swell, no. Nitrous oxide, you'd expect to see over cities where you get a lot of exhaust from combustion engines with high heat. Not burning properly. I wouldn't be surprised about that. This one surprises me a bit. So I'd like to kind of know what's here industry-wise, because this seems to hover here a lot. Oxides of nitrogen are high. In these cities, this whole corridor, you expect them. So if you see that stat, I didn't think there'd be that much here for this stat to be over you guys to have that many oxides of nitrogen, but aren't there some places where you make fuels and stuff, refineries or such like that there that could explain that. CO2 concentrations, yeah, they're farting all over that. Now they'll tell you all these. You want your sulfur dioxide count again right over the top of where, yeah, you gotta be refining. That's an odd one to see. Why you got so many sulfur plumes over here? Hmm. Well, if you've been smelling a stink, that's where it come from. Right, let's find this soil moisture we were looking at. As it is right now, you're dry here. And we're getting very wet all at once. This area here is just moist. This is very wet. Some people say they cringe when they hear that word. Moist. Don't you like your cake to be moist? I do. You look like getting a little bit of, you got a little bit of wetness going on there. Look, they changed it. Remember they had you all the other night like that before I broke my mic? But now suddenly there's a swath here. Okay, so you had some rain the day before. Hey, what's up with it? Somebody write their name up here? It's just not going to go away? Hi, you're just going to stay stoked. Unless that's a lake or river or something. Then, well, if it's not soaked all the time, then something's wrong. Oh, wait a minute. There must be cotton fields and they stole all your water. That's what's wrong. But I digress. You know, when you could kill off a cod that's been around for so freaking long in so short a period of time, I think something's very wrong. And it ain't global warming. It's greed. I don't need a cheap cotton shirt that damn bad. That fish needs that water to freaking live. What a shame. Oh my God, the environmental parties there. Oh, the greens were a whole lot less than green, that's for sure, because it sure looks pretty blue here. And red. And while Adelaide, you, you dry as fuck, man. They just put a stat up there. That ain't wet soil much like that. Go out, try to dig that shit. Now you get moist. Because they got that word moisture. You talk like Severus Snape. Moist. Mount Ebba is moist. Roxby. Not as moist. I'm just having fun. I'm playing with my microphone. I just hoping it's working while the other equipment that is coming in the mail. I spent all day doing runarounds trying to get it so I would do a 10 o'clock forecast. I'm sorry if I'm running late. They try to get it in on time. And let's see over here. Oh my God. We have a squirter, folks. Over here in, oh my God. It would have to have something with a Cunnamulla. I got him up. Oh my God. It's conjuring dirtiness and I'm going to stop. Right, it's not quite as, you see what I did there? That was pretty good. You're a bit moist. Mumba. Mumba, you're getting dry, man. Why don't you, like, suck some of that moisture from there in the Mumba's mouth and everybody be cool? Well, I bet they're trying to pass some water project, so all your water from here can go somewhere else. But, you know, if you had all that Lismore flood over there, you might be able to flood something over here by accident. Oops, I know gonna do that. They know. Water is the new gold. Cold bar. You know, if we just stop geoengineering and messing with Mother Nature and plant a whole bunch of trees, I'm all for that. I think Agenda 2030's got earmarked a whole lot of money for planting trees. I'm all for that. And they got way too much money here. As a matter of fact, if you got 250 billion trees they want to plant, but they want 13.5 to 15 trillion dollars. I'm sorry, tree ain't that damn expensive. Just plant some trees. We can plant trees on our own. We don't need government to tell me to plant no damn tree. You know how to go out here and plant some trees. You know what the koala eats. Plant it. You know what they like in the meadow for other animals. Plant it for them. Otherwise, you sit around waiting. Why didn't they do it? Well, if you thought about doing it, I'll ask you, why didn't you do it? Did you plant one tree? No. What's wrong with you? Have you used a tree in your lifetime? In any way, shape, or form? And if you have, go plant some trees. Something heirloom. Don't be seeking out what the GMO man says you gotta grow. You go find out what used to be in that forest, or find it, grow some saplings, graft some things, and make it happen. Make it happen. And if you make it happen, now that's happening. Yep. Wow. And there it is. You're getting baited. Right, it's not looking good. I'm going to go now to the current weather radar, which they've shut off pretty much on windy, so you can't see it because they're ever guilty. So we'll go to this. See if we notice anything over the last. I'm going to go for the 6-hour spread. See if there's anything interesting to see. Well, I'd say those big beams were pretty interesting. I think, hey, BOM, you missed a few. What? That's why I call them the Bureau of Morons. What were they doing here? They were very guilty over here. Bzzz. Oh, yeah, look at that. 4 hours and 17 minutes ago. How y'all feeling over there? You feeling fried yet? Why that nucleated some sudden condensates? You think that would be Xmas, but it isn't. Yeah, that's Port Hedland radar. Wait, they're going to cop it. They're earning their own demise north of there. It's a heavy cell coming through. Said it was. This should be all the same. Whenever you put this on like satellite or weather radar, this should always look the same. This is the main area of concern over the next 24 hours for me is here. So there's some very heavy cells coming through. Took my stat off. Let's try this one. Well, let's run your tape here, okay, folks? We're going to run you from the beginning. Here you go. This is every 3-hour totals of what you see in flashing here, and I'm going to just stick it right down about there so we get an idea. Now as this is coming to shore. Definitely it's getting heavier flows as that it goes on in the 3-hour periods. Look. Mine jumps an hour. See, 1 hour jumps I can get. And that storm well stretched inland very quickly. So if you live in areas like Newman, Pack Saddle, or you might have equipment down somewhere on this day, you might want to consider moving it. This is going to be some pretty heavy stuff, and the flood potential is there over the next 3 days. You see that? So if you've got equipment or anything down in any of these holes down there, go get them. If you know anybody who's down in any of the mines, inform them, man, to make sure your pumps are working right. Wow, that's a lot. Right, you guys, you got to be warned about this, right? That's a warning. This is a warning. This is going to happen. So it looks like you got about 24 hours to take care of the shit you need to, and then it's to the fan. All right? That's a river. This is you. Need I say more? Right? Then it's a big swath. It's a big swath being covered. Great big swath. Just happens to correspond with this. Doesn't it? Hello? Hello? Chemtrails in front of the. Don't be that ABC or that news thing's telling you that jet planes did this. These are not jet plane chemtrail lines. These ain't jet planes doing this. You ain't get that many damn flights east-west. Nope. Don't buy that excuse. Do not be conned about the contrails, right? This is a different method. This is not a plane doing nothing. This is chem bombs. These are stratocruisers. Go look them up. Harvard does it. The bird is the word. That's kind of cool looking. That's not. That's disgusting. Look at the shadows on the ground. Ain't nothing gonna grow under that properly. Boom, boom. They're fucking crazy doing this shit to us. Really, that's chem bombed all to hell. So all the seasons are there for all this way, for all this to happen, for all this to accumulate, and there it is streaming more, and something just sitting in place here, just as steadily just pumping something up. You could have a ship out to sea doing that. Something is out there doing some marine cloud brightening. I don't have that pulled up tonight, but you'll see that type of information in a couple of my other videos I already have posted, and I encourage you to watch those before asking me questions about it. Look at the EMF coming through here. Bzzz, something blows up, and then you see a bunch of lines. Stratocruiser can EMF on its own. Doesn't have to come from the Portland radar. Though, you know, when you look at the radar and you'll see stuff like this, it just kind of makes you wonder about the geoengineering, you know. Bzzz. Geoengineering is quite real. Geoengineering is it's coming to your house. It's not asking permission, and it's gonna go walk all over your land. And I think many people seen it already has. That was me taking a screenshot. I'm gonna make that. My goodness, you all getting fried, man. Absolutely fried. Yeah, I think you guys forgot to shut one up there, Bureau of Moranis. Yeah, you hear what I said? I gotta keep it the same. Yeah, so that's pretty much what you got going on in the next couple days over here for your East Coast. I'll do this now. And while you're watching, I gotta have a sip of my drink. Yes, these flows meeting this way. Hang on, do a pressure determining here. I'll tell you where this one's gonna ride. There's your 14 line. That's a hell of a loop. What the fuck happened there? It was like a chemtrail plate. I'm gonna go over here. Whoa! Or it's in the middle of spitting a bubble. Where you'll add a secondary low. That'll split off on its own. Actually, that's probably what that is. So you'll probably see a low there that's maybe ticking about a stuff, whatever the end of that is, either one way or another. So that line can move down. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Yeah, spill a little low, very briefly, and it's parked over Papua, making it rain. Bubbled out, so that moisture is now available. It's free to roam down. Right, so you'll need a big EMF beam to blast that over. So what day they moving at? I'm gonna call it EMF beam. If there happens to be a solar flare that day, then they've lied about a statistic. So I should predict a solar flare rather than a beam. And boy, people would be amazed then. But when you know it takes a certain move, oh yeah, they're walking it through the alley. With these winds like this, there's nowhere else it could go. It has to. Has to come this way. Now. Oh, right. Then this here pressure starts to interact with this pressure of this storm down here. Yeah, absolutely. And this is sitting at 964. Right, so these two start to interact. This is going to bubble through, and that's what's going to steer this cyclone through this gap, where it hits these steering winds, and it cannot go any further as she's coming over. So, I'd say, yeah, that cyclone's going to come visit Queensland. That's very possible. Boy, I'll stay put and look at it. see what's going on. But for right now, you're looking, that's Friday on my map, right? It's Saturday. Ooh. And they backed that up? So that's going to visit, stall, and suck back out to sea. It's what they want. Yeah, the pressures clearly say that's got to happen. It's got to go that way. There's nowhere else for it to go. Recoalesces into an absolute hammerer. Where is it going to go? Fucking hell, that's trapped. Here's the owner. This'll own now. Now even this one's going to want to come this way, and so is this one. We better play the monkeys on this one. Here she comes. It's got to. I'm not agreeing with this pressure movement now. She elongates. No, she's gone. According to the weather plan. I ain't 100% agreeing with this. I'm going to keep my eye on this big time. No, it's just don't make no sense. About like that one time I said that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. That backwards moving shit, that don't make no sense. So somewhere around here, there's going to be a big beam. Be a big beam here coming up your coast to move that out. So they just dumped it all on you guys. All week long. And that's possible with that pressure lines there, because that'll be your 14 line. Just learn your 14 line. If I just call it that, you'll understand a bit better. Better. That's higher pressure. That'll be low. How low can it go? I think they're going pretty low doing this to Mackay again. I think they're going, that's a 3-hour total there. I think that's going pretty low. I think it's pretty low when they do this. Rain accumulations of that amount on this river again that drains. So you hit it up here first. Get it all flowing to the sea real good. I do. I think it's diabolical. I honestly think they're trying to take your houses away. And if you don't like to hear me say that, I don't like to hear me say it. There'll be two of us. But I think that. And it's sad because as soon as I see stuff like this and I say that I think that, then you see a newspaper article saying we want to have your house. We want you to be back in it. And we don't even want to compensate you. Well, that's about as illegal as fuck. That's where all the renters start laughing. And even they shouldn't laugh either, because they're going to... Who do you think's going to take your stacking pack away from you? Rent boy? Yeah. Look at this total here. Again. This is disgusting. This is your 10-day total. That's 17 almost... That was 18 centimeters of rain. Again. And nothing for 3, really. And boom. So, you guys are going to cop it within the 4 and 5 day period here. And with that said, I am going to have one more quick view of this massive what's going on. Think. People need to think before they do things. Let's see what they're brewing out here. Just for shits and giggles. Ah, boom, 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 went to plus. That's a grand finale. This one's rotating. Then it stops. And it just goes away. An explosion comes out. These all say, yeah, I'll have in on that. Boom. There's some more circulation. And these ones, boom, 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 boom over here. And hey, these people, these islands say, hey, don't leave me out of the firework atmosphere display. Let me toxify the earth a little bit more. These fish need some metal. I'm not about you, but I like heavy metal in my headphones only. I don't want it in my fish. I want to see some oddnesses like this going out. Boom! Look at that shit. Pew! Pew! Chem bombs. Darwin gets the Darwin Award for the chem bomb of the day. And with that said, I say big love, peace. If you can't be good at it. Say no to the Paris Accords. Big love, peace.